They murdered his wife. They raped his daughter. But this time, they picked on the wrong guy.
Any chance of catching these men?
There's a chance, sure.
Now he's taking the law into his own hands.
Revenge.
I urge him in the name of law and order to desist from this one-man crusade.
You could be looking for a man who's had all members of his family killed by muggers. Mr. Kersey, you're under police surveillance.
The original that started it all. Charles Bronson. Death Wish.
Oh, only $20 for a VHS tape. Look at that. Anyway, welcome everyone to this watch party for Bronson month. Of course, it's November, so the entire month is dedicated to channel icon and channel mascot Charles Bronson. And today we are watching the original 1974 Death Wish, directed by Michael Winner, but I'm not alone for this one. I am also joined by a special guest for this stream. I'm going to pull him up right now. He needs no introduction to anyone who's watched a few of my watch parties because he's kind of a regular guest, but it's the first time I've had him on for the Bronson month watch party. So give a warm welcome to my good buddy Mike from Mike's DVD and Blu-ray collection. Here he is. Hey Mike, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, Jeff? Thanks for having me, man.
It's my pleasure. It's always great to have you on here. I know you're a big Bronson fan as well. Obviously, you like these old school classic tough guy actors like Bronson, all these films like that. So it's a pleasure to have you on for this one.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
And yeah, we were talking backstage a bit. This is the first time again I'm having Mike on for the. I'm going to bring the TV in as well. First time having Mike on for a Bronson month watch party. I mean, the last time around I missed Mike for all the watch parties I did last time. I did have Mike on a few months ago for the 50th anniversary watch party of Hard Times, so it's he's no stranger to watching a Bronson film with me. But just for everyone that might not be familiar, just tell a little bit about yourself and your channel. Give you a chance to plug that. And also, what was some of your first experiences with watching Mr. Charles Bronson?
Yeah, well, my channel is Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. Basically, just talking about what I collect, talking about a lot of genres like action, like Jeff said, some of the classic action stars of the past. Chuck Norris, Chuck Bronson,
Yeah.
all Lee Marvin, and just all the, Sylvester Stallone, the Rocky movies, all the good stuff, that we grew up on. And my channel goes from everything from like old movies, a lot of Westerns, film noir, action stuff, regular pickups and stuff like that. And probably I'm a child of the 80s. So I was born in 76. So I got to catch all these movies firsthand on cable and VHS when they came out and stuff. And man, there was always a Chuck Norris movie, Charles Bronson movie, of course, Rocky movies and Rambo, and there was no shortage of action stars and stuff. And
Yeah.
probably HBO. I mean, I think that was my gateway to a lot of stuff because we rented movies, but it wasn't like every day, and sometimes it wasn't every weekend, but HBO was always on, and my parents were really cool and lenient, as long as it wasn't something really explicit, but
Yeah.
as far as violence and stuff like that, I mean, and as long as I didn't act stupid about it and try to, choke my sister or punch her or something, I was allowed to watch, action movies and stuff. So probably, I can't think of the first one. I probably came into the Death Wish movies in the 90s probably. And gosh, man, I can't think of the first Charles Bronson. There's no telling what the first one was, but yeah, HBO and stuff like that. So like a lot of people, Gateway was HBO back in the good old days. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely. I can imagine. Obviously, I've heard all the stories from if some of the people that grew up in this age. Obviously, HBO and all the great TV channels, cable channels you guys have over there. They would show all these kinds of films pretty much all the time, wasn't it? So I mean, yeah, I think that's going to be the same for a lot of people that probably for most of the American guests that I'm going to have on for Bronson, it's probably going to be similar, I'm guessing. So that's awesome. Anyway, we do have some people coming in to welcome as well. Gareth is here. Obviously, Gareth had been on for Death Wish 5. We watched the end of Paul Kersey's saga with Gareth last Sunday. Now we're going to watch the inception of this tragic saga. It's tragic and bloody and violent saga, to be fair. But yeah, anyway, welcome Gareth. Welcome regular supporter and just a great guy to have in live chat, Andy Phillips. Welcome, Andy. Same can be said for Josh, aka Armchair Movies. Welcome, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Of course, Stacy's here, always asking some cool random questions as well. Should Kurt Russell play Charles Bronson for a biopic? I can kind of see him if he grows a tash like Bronson. Maybe I can kind of maybe see that. To be honest, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we're running out of people.
Yeah, that it's a bitch, ain't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Dangerous Animals. Have you seen? I have not seen that. Have you seen that film, Mike?
No, I haven't seen that.
I think it's Lithuanian for Bronson, Stacey. Not to be that guy, of course, but
Right. It's around in that area, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and welcome Dave, last night's guest for The Evil Amandu. Always great to have Dave as well.
Hey, Dave.
And it was great to have him on the screen instead of, like it is now, again, back in the chat. But yeah, it was great to have it finally face-to-face with Dave. Always great to have new people on these streams. It was great to connect. Welcome, Kenneth. Yeah, this is Death Wish, indeed. We're doing that in the Brunson voice. It's Death Wish. Yeah, Gareth is still working on it. No need for me to keep practicing, but yes, the second half is where things get interesting, but it's a slow build up. It's more of a character study, this one, rather than just a straight up action flick, I guess. But yeah, Wolf. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that film. What would you say about that, Mike?
Oh, the one with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Mike Nichols, Jack Nicholson film. Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he could. I'm sure he would have been able to handle it, but at that point he was getting up there in age. But I think he would have been able to carry it, because I mean, some dramatic stuff he tried at the end of his career.
I was going to say, when was Wolf? But that was early '90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like 90. I want to say 95 or 6, something like that.
Yeah.
I want to, something like that. But I think he could have done
Ian. Yeah, no, I agree. Welcome, Ian, to the stream. The religion of Bronson.
Yeah.
You're all Bronsonites in the stream.
Yes.
Mike Barrett, another Mike. I'm gonna have to. There's gonna be confusing. So many mics, but welcome, Mike Barrett.
Mike Barrett. Lots of mics.
Oh, that's awesome, Stacy. Welcome, Rob, another previous guest of the Bronson Month. He joined me not last year, but last Bronson Month for Messenger of Death. Always good to see Rob in the chat as well.
Hey, Rob.
That could be interesting. Yeah, Sam Peckinpah, we'll love to see that, Stacy. And we were talking about him backstage. Mr. Dan Horror was having his own tough guy action month, themed month on his channel. He's doing some videos on Chuck Norris. He's having a Chuck Norris month, so check out Mr. Dan Horror for some Chuck Norris. The two Chucks, Chuck Bronson here and Chuck Norris on Mr. Dan's channel. Like Any Which Way Free with Clint and Charles. Charles with a monkey would be different than Clint with a monkey, I think, but could be interesting.
Yeah.
And
they were both kind of serious actors, and they put up against the monkey. So yeah. Clint did it pretty good. So
yeah, definitely. I love those two films. So yeah, we are going to hit play on Death Wish in just a minute. So it's only a 90-minute film. It's barely what is it anyway? Just over 90 minutes. So it's not. It's pretty short. It's not the longest film. So I do have one more sort of little Death Wish trailer to play, and after that, let's just hit play on the film. So let's set up the film, and we're going to watch again. So here's tonight's feature presentation.
My name is Paul Kersey. How's my mic?
I'm sorry. She died a few minutes ago, Mr. Kersey.
What about the old American social custom of self-defense? If the police don't defend us, maybe we ought to do it ourselves.
We're not pioneers anymore, Dad.
What are we, Jack?
I see the money, man.
You'll have to take it.
Yes, I love that final shot there with the the finger gun.
Yeah, that was that was such a good touch when they did that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to
So
see that in
iconic.
about 90 minutes. So I'm suggesting we're going to hit play. I'm going to do a little countdown, and we're going to hit play in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. I'm assuming you're watching this on the Kino 4K or Kino Blu-ray, Mike.
I actually got the Paramount Blu-ray.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I never did get the 4K edition. I know there was, I think, a couple of those, but I never did get those.
Okay, yeah, and it's for me, it's the German Blu-ray, which the title is "A Man Sees Red," which does kind of fit with the film.
Mhm.
So yeah, Bronson, obviously, yeah. I do still have to get that Kino Lorber 4K. I'm getting the 4K from Kino on Death Wish 3. Actually, that's should be coming, I think, next week somewhere. Still yet to get the original on 4K, and I think the second one is released by Vinegar Syndrome, I think, over there in the US.
Yeah, I think it was Vinegar. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the first 3 Death Wish films are now on 4K, so we just need 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, here's opening scene, Charles Bronson on the beach. Of course, perfect, opportunity for him to showcase his very impressive and amazing physique that he pretty much had throughout his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
And together with his wife in this film, which is for once not played by Jill Ireland, and that's by Bronson's choice, because Michael Winner did ask him, well, Charlie, do you want Jill to play the part? And Charlie was like, hell no, because obviously we know what's going to happen in just a few minutes. So yeah, Bronson actually did say maybe somebody like a Hope Lang type, and then Michael Winner was like, why not get just the actual Hope Lang then? So yeah, that's how we got Hope Lang as his wife. In this, his ill-fated wife, I should say, spoilers, in this film. I do love this title card that comes with Charles Bronson, him there in a medium shot. Yeah, there it is. There's that shot of him. He's still very happy here, smiling. It's not going to be for too long. Anyway, yeah, no worries about that, Mr. Dan. Always great to have you here as well. And Dave says the fact that this film came out the year I was born always just feels right in my soul. Yes, 74, 51 years old, this film. Should have done this last year when it was the 50th anniversary, but it just skipped by me. So
yeah.
So yeah, Death Wish. Now we're here in New York City. Obviously, the 70s New York, the very gritty, mean, tough streets of New York, or the 70s, which is, yeah. I think that when I think of like New York and 70s and like the gritty New York, it's like this film, Taxi Driver. I'm trying to think what maybe something like Serpico and stuff. That's like the time. It really captures the time capsule of those.
New York was going through some stuff in the mid to late 70s, somewhere in there. They had a lot of issues going on with just, it was, I guess you could say it was a hellhole for a while there.
Yeah,
a lot of problems, government, and they had like a trash thing where trash built up one year, and they had the Son of Sam murderer, and there was a lot of crazy stuff happening. But
yeah, the director of photography, Arthur J. Ornitz, I think he worked on Serpico, coincidentally, which is another Dino De Laurentiis production, just like this one, and also, of course, set entirely in New York City. So. Yeah, let's talk about a little bit of the inception of this film. Obviously, it's based on a book by Brian Garfield. I think that title is going to come up here in a bit. That's I think that's coming up in a bit. I've never actually read the original book. I know Dave actually has it. I think Dave just shared a picture earlier where he had the book. I'm assuming it's completely different. I mean, I think it might follow the book in like the broad strokes of things. Like obviously, something happens, man gets, mild-mannered architect, obviously goes to the streets and becomes a vigilante. I think the author was displeased first and foremost with the Adaris for the novel by Brian Garfield. I think he was very displeased with the casting of Bronson, kind of similar to Stephen King when he found out that Jack Nicholson was playing Jack Torrance. Kind of similar, where the author argued that, well, it's Bronson, he's already going to be a badass and stuff. It's like, where's the build up? Where's the character, the growth, character development? I will counter argue that. I will say Bronson does a really, really good job in this, portraying the mild mannered architect, and you do kind of see that switch that he goes through. So,
yeah, I think the book, his character was actually like an overweight man, like kind of not known to be like a tough guy, very
just a regular Joe, I guess.
Yeah. A regular Joe, yeah, but they changed that for Bronson.
Yeah, which is interesting. Bronson definitely wasn't the first choice for this film. I mean, there are people consider. I think Jack Lemmon was considered. I think they might even offer it to Henry Fonda. I think. Maybe I'm correct in saying that some other great people were considered, but obviously it landed with Bronson. I do kind of think, like, if it had been like a Jack Lemmon or whatever, would we still be talking about this film? Would it still have the lasting impact that it had, or it still has?
Well, if Lemon would have took it to the next level and stepped way out of his character, because he's always been known to be comic, like a comic actor and stuff. But I'm glad it went this way, because he kind of got typecast a little bit for the Death Wish movies to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I couldn't think of anybody else in this role. I think it gave him especially in this movie, gave him a minute to kind of stretch and be a little dramatic, and that build, like you're talking about, the build up and stuff, because he had to really get some stuff happen to him before he jumped into, I'm going to go get revenge and stuff. It took a minute.
Yeah.
And stuff, but it's good to see that side of his acting chops and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, because as we're going to see later on, when he does the first kind of acts of vigilantism, he doesn't really just shrug it off and it's like, oh, that was just another day at the office. He actually, I think when he does his first kill, doesn't he like throw up or something, after that scene?
He goes home and he goes home and he's just shaking and he's trying to get a drink and stuff, and he's just. And it seems realistic, because I think I could almost feel that way if something like that would happen. I don't know if I would run to my nice setup of brandy and whatnot, but
yeah.
But yeah.
Here we go. This is Jeff Goldblum, his first appearance in a film, if I'm not mistaken, and this is not the only Bronson film that he appeared. He appeared in another one 2 years later. Can anyone tell me which one it is? If maybe Mike knows. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
There's a quiz for everyone.
was it Telfon?
Close. 1 year earlier. Until Telephone 77, 1 year earlier.
Oh, okay. Dang, 76. I don't know. I'm stumped on that. I think I know it. I just can't think of it right off.
So I'm going to leave it a few minutes. Maybe someone in the chat is going to answer it. Oh yeah, the Blu-ray, the Death Wish 3 cover is awesome. I love that poster. Yeah, I mean, the only one I have is the original Death Wish poster right there. And that's a cool poster as well. But
yeah.
But yeah, Jeff Goldblum here, just before he was Jeff Goldblum, really, as one of the punks, one of the muggers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen the reboot with Bruce Willis? I never did watch that.
Yeah, not a fan. So yeah, I would be opposed to another reboot. Just leave it. I mean, they tried with Bruce, it didn't work. So. Yeah, Hope Blinded, This the Mom, and two of my favorite film. This and I forgot about Freddy's Revenge, of course. Yeah, forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
There's been a major if that. The wife had faked her own death from Death Wish. I don't think so. No, Death Wish one is super realistic. A plot twist like that would really make it cartoony and comic booky. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just remind me, I'm gonna have to remove the TV in about a minute. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm seeing the pictures coming up clearer today than it was yesterday for the Evil the Man Do. So let's see. Oh, Doctor Impossible, welcome. For me, this is the definitive Death Wish film. I know why other people love 3, 4, and 5. Well, it's 2 for me. But the subject matter is far more concise and better thought out with some margin of intelligence. That is very true. I will not argue that, but for me, it's the second one that's the best. It kind of improves on the major bugbear I have with this one, which is spoilers. He doesn't really get revenge on the punks in this one, and I guess it's more realistic that way. But I just prefer it when the hero goes out for revenge and he actually gets revenge. So. There's the infamous grape soda sequence coming up. Mr. Michael Winner really enjoyed these scenes.
Yeah, these scenes, I mean, they're very realistic and terrifying still to this day. Like, if you could imagine this happening, you know.
Yeah.
It's still just horrible.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really sets up. Obviously, we follow these 3 muggers. We saw them first there in the supermarket. We kind of stay with them for a bit until they, obviously break into the apartment right here. And it's like after the scene, like they're never seen again. It's like, what happened to them? It's like normal films, they would have like be telling you like, okay, these are the villains. These are the ones that Bronson's going to go up against, and it doesn't turn out that way. And right now is where I'm going to have to remove the TV before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Perfect timing. There's boobs. But no, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Other movies would be like, these are the bad guys, people. Like, remember these guys? It's like, but there's no payoff to these guys. It's just they do this and then they vanish. It's
Yeah. But yeah, I think it just shows that the randomness of it, and it's much more satisfying in part 2 where he gets to really go out there and find these guys, and just when he runs across them somewhere, he's like, there's one of them, and he goes after him. It's so satisfying.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's more satisfying. Again, I get it for this. It's more realistic. It probably is, the way it would go, because obviously New York City is a major big city. How many million people in there? How are you ever going to find these specific people, right? It's I get it, but it's just as an audience member, I feel the second one where he actually gets revenge just works a little bit better for me anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then part 2, they seem to linger. They seem to linger in the area, and that's why he was easily able to come across them,
Yeah.
and stuff in part 2.
Now it's safe to put it back, even though, well, yeah, you only see it from the back now, I think. Oh, and it's not coming up too well there anyway, so that's good. So yeah, we just had a little bit of grape soda for those that weren't, or for those that aren't watching along.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, kind of, about Coogan's Bluff. That's another great New York City film, obviously late 60s with, love that film. Underrated Clint Eastwood film.
Yeah.
Jack Lemmon action. What other action films? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not used to Jack Lemmon being an action guy. Like, obviously, I know him from, obviously, Glengarry Glen Ross, obviously some of the more comedic work that he did before and stuff in the 60s and stuff. So I can't really picture him as an action guy, really.
Well, yeah, I can't think of any either, except for, like, I think he was in one of the airplane movies, airport movies from the 70s, where they're a disaster movie and stuff. But
yeah,
I can't think of any true type action movies that he was in.
Yeah, Death Wish 2 is the one for Mike Barrett as well, and also for Andy. So it's good to know I'm not alone in this in that regard. So.
Yeah, I watched that one last night also, just to kind of refresh on it.
Dave says, much as I love Bronson, might be interested to see a film really based on the book. Okay, yeah, I should read the book, really. It's I've been reading so many books that films are based on. Might as well throw this one in as well, actually. So
yeah,
if I can get a cheap like paperback copy of it or something, definitely go for it. Yeah, exactly. Lemon didn't do action, more comedy. Yeah.
That's why I can't really think of anything.
Hey, Ramon. Yeah.
Hey, Ramon.
And also another guest that we've had on for the last Bronson film, Jason from Backtrack Cinema. Jason, last time around, joined me for 1986's Murphy's Law. So welcome, Jason. Always good to see you.
Hey, Jason.
I do like The Nod on Door, TV movie from the early 90s. Have you seen that one, Mike?
No, actually, I haven't seen that.
That's one I recommend. That's my favorite of his television films, actually. That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's a territory I need to find. I would like to find the Family of Cops movies too and try to get those just to be a completist, you know.
Yeah. Oh, and Mike Barrett has got the answer to my question. It was indeed Saint Ice from 1976, the first film that J. Lee Thompson directed with Bronson. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And that film, actually, Goldblum shares a scene with Bronson. Bronson actually kind of kicks his ass. So if you do want Bronson getting revenge for the stuff that happened here in Death Wish, watch Saint Ice, that scene with him against Jeff Goldblum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Charles Bronson's wife has been declared dead. I do like the reaction that Bronson gives her. It's not like he bursts into tears or whatever, but it's just that kind of like emotionally shaken up, visceral kind of reaction that he does. I think he sells it.
Yeah, it's totally believable. It's like a quietness, and it's believable, you know, kind of stoic at a little bit, but just believable.
Yeah. And yeah, this film was, again, like I said, shot on location. Obviously, it's the 70s. No CGI nonsense here. They actually filmed this during the winter. So the snow here in this sequence is very much real. So they actually filmed during a real bit of snowfall. So
yeah,
must have been really cold that day.
Yeah, I bet Michael Winter was loving it. It was like, yes, I got real snow. Let's roll them.
And I do love my snow movie, so that gets a big plus for having a snow sequence in there. So obviously, the best Bronson snow movie is Death Hunt, in my opinion, which is another great.
Oh yeah,
Bronson film. I love that. Oh, I didn't actually read this one. Hang on. Wendell Mays, who put in charge of the script, was one of Hollywood's premier scriptwriters. Von Ryan's Express was effectively scripted, and so was Fox's the Poseidon Adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, Von Ryan's Express is a really good underrated war movie.
I've
Frank,
heard that
Frank
one,
Sinatra. Yeah, Frank Sinatra, and it's like a POW camp movie.
And we can debunk this right now. We do have an early Jeff Goldblum, or we do not actually have a early Denzel Washington. This has been debunked. I think they even asked Denzel himself about this. The guy, I know the scene. We're definitely going to point him out when he comes up. The guy looks a lot like Denzel, like a young Denzel, but it's definitely not him. It's been absolutely confirmed it's not him.
It's way too early for him.
Yeah. It's definitely not him. Although I can see why people would say it, because again, it looks like him. But Ramon says only guy who could probably have pulled off this Kersey character is Lee Marvin. I could see Lee Marvin in this role, definitely. Yeah. Didn't they even offer Clint this one? I think Clint was one of the people who was offered this as well, actually.
Yeah, Clint. I think. Yeah,
I think I read Clint, that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he possibly would have been good in this role, but I don't think he would have had 5 films and all that.
Yeah, no. That would make Clint a contender to the throne for best franchise, because obviously Stallone has like the Rockies, the Rambos, all that stuff. That then Clint would have like the Dirty Harrys and the Death Wishes. It would be like, ooh, tough competition for Stallone there. But
yeah. I guess he had already started that.
Yeah, 74. He would already have done the second Dirty Harry. He would have done Magnum Force. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. But these movies got a lot of backlash back in the 70s, you know, the Dirty Harrys and the Death Wish, and there was so much backlash on them.
These movies are fascist and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was a criticism back then for these films.
Yeah.
I would like to know about the killers of my wife. I like Bronson in this scene. Is there any chance of catching these men? Yeah, the Denzel rumor definitely is an old wives' tale. Again, I can see why, because it looks like him, but yeah. I do not mind Messenger of Death. We actually did that last time with Rob's vintage video. It's not the most action-packed Bronson film. It's an 80s, canon film. It lacks the action, but it's a good little like mystery for so yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard a lot of people not like it as much, but I dig it actually.
Yeah. And again, it's another one by J. Lee Thompson, which
Mhm.
he did 9 films with J. Lee Thompson. We listed those yesterday. So this one, it's Michael Winner. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the 4th of 6 collaborations in total with Michael Winner. Obviously, the 2 after this will be the Death Wish sequels, Death Wish 2 and Death Wish 3. But their collaboration goes all the way back to 1972, their first film, which was one of my personal favorites, Chados Land.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Then they would continue with, and I hate this cover, I still have to get a different edition for The Mechanic, but then they did The Mechanic in 72. There's actually, I think, a Kino Lorber Blu-ray 4K disc coming out as well, so I might get that soon as well.
Yeah.
And then the film that they completed just before this was The Stone Killer, also a Dino De Laurentiis production, which actually the way that Bronson and Winner got to work on this film kind of started on that set because they were completing The Stone Killer, and then Bronson was like, "Hey, Mike, what are we gonna do next?" And then Michael Winner was like, "Well, Charlie, I got this script. It's called Death Wish. It's about shooting muggers. I would like to do that." What, the film? No, shoot muggers. So that's how the Death Wish kind of came about. With Michael Winner had the script already, and then Bronson was brought on board through conversation on the set of The Stone Killer. That's allegedly how it went. So.
Yeah, yeah. Stone Killer's pretty good. It doesn't get talked about a lot in his film repertoire, his oeuvre of films he's
Yeah.
done, but it's a good one.
It is, yeah. I used to really kind of be like, to it. Like it's like it kind of moved a bit slow for me, but I've really come to appreciate that one more and more over time. When I first saw it in my teenage, I thought it was a little slow for a cop action film. It was like, it tries to be a little too much like Dirty Harry as well, but it was actually really, really good. It's got some good stunt work, some cool action scenes and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. The roll of quarters in the sock. Yeah.
I know every time I see this scene, it's like, man, get a couple of pairs of socks because it's gonna go straight through those nylon socks of yours.
Yeah. We were talking about this yesterday. I would have loved if this improvised kind of defense weapon, if this would have been brought back in any of the sequels. I guess the sequels escalated things much more, where Bronson needed bigger guns and bigger, the Wildy Magnum and all that stuff, right? But just a scene where you would have had like another, sock full of quarters would be cool as a cool little, callback to this one.
Yeah.
Bronson Wright Wolf is here. My dad made me after Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson was one of his favorite actors. That's awesome, and welcome very much to the stream. It's crazy how Michael Winner did really sweet insurance adverts in the UK. Yeah, calm down, Dad. It's only a commercial. Yeah. Winner was certainly a liberalist and a progressive, which you find in the filmmaking. The film uses the violence and sexual aspects to push those ideological principles to audiences. Yeah, he kind of liked to he liked getting his rocks off with these kind of scenes. Obviously, this isn't the first grape soda scene that Winner directed. He already did one in Chados Land, the first Bronson film that they did together. And obviously, Death Wish 2 has a grape soda sequence that just goes on and on. It kind of expands on this. There were some unnecessary ones in Death Wish 3. Winner really liked shooting those scenes, I guess. There's been some really bizarre stuff coming out about Winner, so problematic, I guess. Is it's similar to Miss 45, which she just shoots not her attackers but random men. Yeah, exactly, because Bronson just kills random muggers in this one.
Muggers. You don't really hear that much anymore.
Because Bronson blew them away. J. Lee Thompson, of course, director of the Guns That Never Owned, the original. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Save the Tiger, Miss. Yeah, that's Jack Clement. Myers says, "Oh, by the way, welcome, Mr. Myers. I don't think I even welcome, but welcome, Mr. Myers, to the stream. I enjoyed 2, 3, and 4 pretty much equally. Yeah, those are some good sequels, good action films, for sure.
Yeah,
the canon era. Yeah. Oh, Paul Walter Hauser, that would be interesting. Yeah. Again, I'm not a fan of the idea of a remake again, but yeah. I wouldn't get hopes up for Family of Cobb. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna get a boutique Blu-ray release anytime soon.
Yeah.
I still got the regular just DVDs of those. So yes, and yeah, we did have a little quiz earlier, Mars. That was St. Ives in 1976. That was another one with Goldblum. Bruno Kirby. I do like Bruno Kirby, actually, to be fair. Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. We're going to have the sock scene.
Yeah, the nylon has too much stretch on it, so when you throw it, it just goes way out there. If you had cotton and a couple of cotton socks,
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I think that would be better.
yeah.
There we go. Give me the money, sucker. Turn around, motherfucker. There we go. Just wax him with the sock. Boom.
Yeah, he'll think twice about approaching anybody again.
Yeah.
Get smacked with some quarters, man.
Yeah, that's got to sting a bit. That's got to sting. Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is the part I'm talking about. Like he comes home and he's just he's
pours
shaking.
him pours the brandy, whatever. Yeah. And I think after the first proper kill, when he actually shoots the guy with the revolver, he actually goes to the bathroom and throws up. So yeah. Definitely, I guess, a natural response that a human being would have to this kind of situation. So again, realism. Yeah. It's definitely realistic.
Yeah. But you just see his built up anger and just his, hurt, from what's happened and everything. And he's acting out,
Yeah, he swings that sock around some more. Yeah. Oh, and it breaks. Yeah, that's what happens with nylon.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go to old Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, this guy was pretty interesting. I can't think of his name.
Yes, it's good that you point him out. Stuart Morgulin, I think, is the actor's name. He appeared the previous year in the previous winner and Bronson collaboration. He appeared as the bad guy in the Stone Killer, or one of the bad guys anyway. He was in the Stone Killer as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Patrick McGowan. He looks like an archer. Yeah, Patrick McGowan would be interesting. Yeah. I bet he could be one of the many people that were considered for his role. So, one pleasing aspect of Death Wish is the subtlety and the nuance of Bronson's physical performance when set upon by Fox. Yeah, he shows just enough of a hint of vulnerability. Yeah, exactly. I think he sells that part of the character very well. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't go too far with it, and he goes just enough with
just
it.
Enough.
It's believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's why I was saying it. The first part kind of goes slow, but it shows the his like metamorphosis, I guess you could say, from just slowly goes up there, and then he's he's ready to go. He's ready to do this. But yeah, he was phenomenal.
Now we get a Western.
Yeah, you get that
a Wild West show. Yeah,
a little show goes on. It's pretty cool. But yeah, he had he was in incredible shape at that time.
Yeah, he kept that physique for pretty much most of his career. Like I said, I think 1985's Death Wish 3 was the last time he had kind of like a topless scene. Even there, he was in his mid-60s. He still looked in fantastic shape. So
yeah, towards the end of the 80s is when he started getting a little bit heavier looking, in the face and stuff. And
yeah,
but he was like what, in his 60s here, like early 60s, late 50s.
And this one, Death Wish, I think he was about 54, 55, I guess, around that age. Yeah. 53, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Still by this age, a lot of other people of his era would have already been semi-retired. They wouldn't be launching into a franchise like this.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is the film that made him a big, box office draw and stuff in the US. Because obviously he was popular in Europe with some of the big films he did there, like obviously Once Upon a Time in the West and stuff like that. Hadn't really made it, as a big successful, box office star in the US yet, but that would change with this film because this was a big, massive, success obviously when it came out, and this made him a big box office draw.
I think I read where he commanded at least $1 million per picture.
After this, for sure, he would. Yeah,
which was a lot of money in '74.
I think for this one he did already get $1 million. I think he got a percentage of the profits, which there were plenty to go around. So yeah, I think he made out very well on this one. And again, it definitely made a big star out of him. So yeah, this was the same year as another big iconic Bronson film, which was also successful, Mr. Majestic. So it's Mr. Majestic, and this one I really got him out there, really put him on the map in the US, so to speak. Yeah, you can definitely tell that snow was, there was no faking that.
Yeah, when you see their faces and their noses are like pink and stuff because they're cold. Yeah,
because of the cold. Yeah. Bronson, some quarter sleeve shirt there. I do like this look for Bronson. You can tell the physique as well for this shirt. It's like you can tell there's a body under there, right? It's well toned and stuff. Architects make phone calls and say a couple of, and they design a few houses around the hills in Arizona, as we're going to see Bronson do here. So every house gets their hill as part of the back lawn.
Yeah, that looks like Chuck Norris's his truck from Lone Wolf McQuade.
I was gonna say that it looks very Lone Wolf McQuady. Yeah.
It's a Chevy K5 Blazer. Yeah.
That's not a great film. I love that one. Why do I feel this film works well? It's perfectly believable climax, certainly in terms of what has been established within the narrative. It's classic 70s all the way through. Yeah. I see all the points there. Yeah. Yeah, have you seen the Seawolf with him and Christopher Reeve?
I haven't seen that remake, but I saw the original one with Edward G. Robinson in that role. Yeah, I've been wanting to see that. Find a copy of it somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely recommend that. That's a solid one for sure. Bronson plays more of obviously the villain in that one more. So yeah. Ramon says, personally, I think Ferreira's Miss 45 is a better vigilante film than the first Death Wish, content-wise, as in the margin of intelligence that the doctor was talking about. Miss 45 takes its themes even for Miss 45 is a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah, I think who Abel Ferrara directed that. I think
that's a Let's go to the gun club, Paul. Yeah, I do like this scene there where obviously you get to know more about Bronson's character when he talks about being, conscientious, if I can say it, objector in the war and stuff. And obviously he tells a backstory about his father here coming up. So,
it was pretty cool. On the wall there was a poster of Lawman, the Burt Lancaster movie. Didn't Michael Winner? Did he? No, he didn't direct that, did he? I don't think so.
I think he actually did. We have the power of the internet. Let's look it up. I think he did actually. I'm 99% sure. Hang on.
Actually, I just saw that for the first time. I just caught that, so I think that's what I'm.
And now I'm 100% sure it is Michael Winner. Yeah, he directed Lawman.
Oh well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this movie so many times, and I just noticed that.
Yeah, Glenn Ross is my favorite of with Jack Lemmon. He's really fantastic in that film.
Oh yeah,
Shelley the Machine Levine. Yeah. coffees for closers only. Miss 45 does finish off one of our attackers in the tub. Yeah, that is also true. There we go. Bronson's about to fire his first shot of, well, his first shot in this entire film. 35 minutes in, approximately. First gunshot. A moment worthy of a close-up, I think. And it doesn't freaking work.
Yeah, he's like, ooh,
God
ooh,
damn,
I like
Paul.
this.
You hit dead center. Yeah. I grew up again around guns, seems. All kinds of guns. My father was a hunter. I guess out here you would call him a gunman. Yeah, Death Wish 3. That's a favorite for many. It's ridiculously entertaining indeed. Yeah, it's just so entertaining. Death Wish 3. That's definitely the one that you put on when you just want to have a good time and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fool mistaken for a deer. My mother won the coin toss. I never touched a gun since. I loved my father. He takes another shot there with the revolver. Yeah, that's a Colt 45. Good little cowboy gun. Would have been a good game show. Bronson, game show host. Hello, my name is Charles Bronson. This is The Price is Right. No, I can't see that. I can't see that. No.
He'll start smacking people around. The wrong answer.
Wrong answer. Yeah. It's your turn. Spin the wheel. Yeah. Well, this is the Wheel of Fortune with Charles Bronson. Yeah. You spin wrong, you die. Yeah. I'm watching the movie on another screen. I wonder how they arrive at the idea of coins in a sock. Oh, we're that far behind? Oh shit! I really got to catch up on the comments. Metaphor for him being a rich city worker using his wealth to attack. Could be. You could definitely read something like that into it, I guess. But it just really works as a good, improvised kind of weapon, right?
Yeah, kind of quick and easy, and
like a quick and yeah, exactly, yeah. Because again, New York City, I don't know how it is nowadays with the gun laws and stuff, but back then, it was a city where you could not own a gun legally, I guess. So yeah, it wasn't a gun state back then. I don't know how it is now. So
yeah. I don't know if it's like a carry, like city or state. I don't know if you can walk around carry, even if you got a license. You can't really. I don't know if you can walk around. I think it varies by state over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good call, Mr. Dan. Yeah, it's almost time to watch Yes, Virginia, There is a Santa Claus with Bronson. Yes, Bronson's Christmas movie. I do have that in my watch pile as well for some of my... I haven't watched it in about 2 or 3 years, so it's about time I give that a rewatch, yeah.
Yeah, that's another one I need to add to my collection of Bronson.
I think that is available. Oh, what's the... Hang on. I think it's Shout Select or something that released that. Hang on. Ooh, that's my entire Bronson pile. Let's not make that fall over. Hang on. Ooh. It's not in there. It's down below because I got them alphabetized. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty much almost at the bottom. There we go. Yeah, Shout Factory, or yeah, it says Shout Factory on the back there. They released the US Blu-ray.
Oh, okay, cool.
Might still be able to get that. I got that a few years ago, so I don't know if it's still available, but definitely worth a look. Yeah.
Yeah, the DVD is definitely available on Amazon.
Okay.
So I think it doesn't show the Blu-ray though.
Like Bronson here as well. We'll get other doctors. Who are these goddamn doctors you got? Yeah, the son-in-law is a bit annoying. He keeps calling him dad and stuff. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, he just kind of disappears towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, he's never seen or heard from again in any of the sequels as well. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The second one picks up with the daughter. It's a different daughter, but
it's a
he's nowhere to
recast.
be
Yeah,
found.
yeah.
Yeah.
He does pop up, Mr. Damwell. No, he pops up in what is it, Silent Rage with Chuck Norris. He's in there as well in that film.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's the doctor, right? One of the doctors.
I think so. Yeah, along with Ron Silver, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, the Exterminator films. Those are some cool vigilante films as well. Yeah. Good shout, Myers.
Hmm.
Glad his daughter survived in this one to go on have a long, prosperous future. Yeah, until Death Wish 2. Spoilers. Yeah.
Hmm.
Here's a question for you from the doctor. Has Mike seen Louis Teague's great vigilante thriller Fighting Back, aka Death Vengeance?
I believe I have seen it, but man, it's been a minute since I've seen it.
It rings a bell for me. Fighting Back. I feel I've heard that title somewhere, so it rings a bell for me.
Hmm. Yeah, I know these movies can kind of be cheesy, but they're very, crowd pleasing because a lot of us will never get to do that. As much as we sometimes people will think, oh man, if I could get revenge and do this and stuff, you could, never really do it without some, getting in trouble.
Yeah,
But it's such a good fantasy aspect of.
yeah, that's exactly right. It's just real good escapism, right? It's like yeah, it's
Mhm.
fantasy for, I guess, yeah, revenge fantasy for people. It's yeah, definitely agree. I definitely see that. I do really like Say Nice, Stacy. I do got the Blu-ray of it, which is also I think Shout that released that what last year, 2 years ago. I think so. Yeah, Say Nice.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Still got my old Warner DVD of it as well somewhere as well. But mix up Say Nice with the Stone. Well, they're definitely two different films. Say Nice is more like a noir, kind of like a little thriller, like a little mystery kind of film. And Stone Killer is
Mhm.
like pretty much Bronson and how Bronson would have been in Dirty Harry. I guess it's kind of like his version of Dirty Harry a bit. So there we go.
Yeah.
He opens up the gift, which turns out to be, of course, a gun. What am I gonna do with this? He's even got the gun oil and stuff with it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a nice gift.
yeah. It's a full package. I mean, they have a gun and also the stuff to maintain it and stuff. Yeah, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
I cannot do the Bronson ranking right now, Stacey. I gotta prepare those stuff, but you can definitely watch back the stream that I did 2 years ago. I don't recall them off the top of my head anyway, except for my number one is Once Time in the West. So yeah,
Hmm.
and of course I think Death Wish is definitely in the top 10. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
Rambo
Yeah.
2. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good point. The Rambo films and the Death Wish film. Obviously, the sequels are more entertaining, more more escapism, and the first one of those two series are more series and stuff. I can see that comparison. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, this past year I've been upgrading a lot of Bronson stuff, like DVD to
yeah.
Blu-ray editions and stuff. So I've had quite a few Bronson videos and stuff, and I still actually have another Bronson video to come out at some point.
Ah, okay,
But
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, because I did see the majority of your stuff where you picked up some Bronson. You have been picking up quite a bit this year. Yeah.
yeah, because I had a lot of like DVDs that had like 5 movies on or 4 movies like on one disc, like a DVD.
Yeah.
So they're not exactly the best looking ones and stuff. So
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. There we go. Now we're gonna have Bronson's first kill scene, and he's wearing the iconic jacket there that my action figure also has. The Bronson custom action figure. He's wearing that jacket right there, which I think, if might be correct in saying, I think the Bronson's loose offer, Paul Talbot, I think he owns pretty much like an identical jacket to that jacket that Bronson the Bronson is wearing there.
yeah, it's a nice one.
It's a nice one. I wouldn't mind having a big overcoat like that. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, what did Doctor Impossible say? Can't get my head around St. Ives. The movie just didn't cut the mustard with me. I do like Bronson and Murphy's Law. Just can just about stomach that film. Okay. I do like Murphy's Law.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he and Clint should definitely team up for like a buddy cop kind of thing. That would be awesome. Clint and Bronson, both cops working together. Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. First
It
kill.
may have been Clash of Egos, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, maybe. Yeah.
Well, no, Eastwood worked with Charlie Sheen in The Rookie, but I wouldn't say Charlie Sheen's a good action guy, but
Yeah, it's also a movie. The movie feels a lot like Rambo. Yeah. Number 2 is great, but after First Blood is a solid 10. Yeah, I agree. Should have done a Dirty Harry film where Eastwood hunts down Bronson's vigilante. Yeah, that could have been a cool crossover film as well. Dirty Harry meets Death Wish. Yeah,
oh yeah, yeah.
I agree there on The Deer Hunter. That's a classic. Death Wish 4 already killed like 3 people a few minutes in, sort of. Yeah, that's true. The dream sequence. Harry versus Kersey, better than Freddy versus Jason. Callahan versus Kersey, if you want to make it, yeah. Family of Cups feud. Family feud, yeah, I see what you did there.
You could have Bronson up against Freddy Krueger. It's like who would win? Up against Jason.
My money's on Bronson.
Yeah.
Death Vengeance. Tom Skerritt, I think that's it. Was it Tom Skerritt? I think so, yeah. No, that is a bare bones Blu-ray on for St. Ives. No special features on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Stephen Keats was in Silent Rage as well. Died in his 40s. Yeah, I think I do remember that he died quite young.
Yeah.
That could be why he wasn't any of the Death Wish sequels. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility there.
I wouldn't say Bronson's the first action star, but he's definitely of the first kind of like generation of action stars, like him, Eastwood and McQueen, all those kind of guys. Yeah. Lee Marvin. Yeah.
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 Yeah, Lee Marvin.
Oh, shit. Comments jumped. Yeah, thanks, Stacey. Do appreciate that. Lady in Murphy's Law cause fun. Oh yeah, Kathleen Willow. She had some really weird profanities in that one, like you donkey liquor, snot fart, whatever she said, all that kind of crazy, wacky stuff. Yeah. Dildo nose. I think that was one of her kind of things that she said. Dildo nose in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I almost didn't like her character, but then I do like her character. It's kind of I'm kind of torn sometimes. Sometimes it's kind of she's kind of eh.
Yeah, I get that. Therefore, just to an extent, careful in how much it chooses to assign judgment and morality. Whoa, that's just a little too complicated. There we go. Of its protagonist's actions, and either choose not to, as the crooks he kills. There we go. Crooks he kills, and smash it for sure. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is the scene where allegedly, for according to some people, it's Denzel Washington in this sequence. And again, I can see why people would say that. Because the guy on the right there, obviously all 3 of these guys are African American, just to be politically correct. But the guy on the right, supposedly really, there we go, the guy in the leather jacket holding the pipe. He's the one that really, he looks like Denzel, a young Denzel, but it's definitely not him.
Yeah, just barely. Yeah.
Yeah. Where Bronson guns him down. There we go.
Yep, right in the spine, man. He's down.
This is the part of the film where Bronson becomes a modern day, well, for 74 anyway, modern day Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point as well, Mike Barrett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely promote Mr. Majestic. Yeah. The Three Amigos were action stars back in the silent era. Yeah, there you go. There's been action
Yeah,
is pretty much like the oldest genre of films, isn't it? Action and westerns and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I would say Douglas Fairbanks. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the first action star, I guess you could say, because he did
Yeah.
all his own stunts and stuff, and it was.
Yeah. There we go. Apparently, there's like a little symbolism in the film where like these nuns appear. Like nuns appeared in the opening scene before the grape soda sequence appeared. They
Oh
appeared
yeah,
apparently like a few points throughout the film. Like these nuns just casually walk into the screen. It's like some kind of symbolism, I guess.
yeah,
For this scene, it would make sense because they're at a monastery. But yeah,
yeah. It's kind of weird. It's like a private hospital, or it's a
yeah,
like
like
a
a
monastery, or
cloister, like a yeah monastery, whatever. Yeah, it's.
yeah,
No, that's yeah. I was thinking that too when I first watched. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna kill the girl off, but yeah, she made it through Murphy's Law. Mask of Zorro and all that stuff. Yeah, from the silent era. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. He would do his own stunts and stuff, which was pretty cool.
Fantasy, Charles Bronson, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. As enough for. Speaking of fantasy, though, I would love to have seen Bronson in like a sword and sandal film. That would have been cool. Like him as kind of like a Hercules kind of. Well, obviously he wasn't that build, but still, he could, I would have loved to see him in that kind of film actually in the '60s or something. That would have been cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think he would have passed.
Like one of those Muscle Man films. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Obviously, you
yeah,
did have good. You did have a good body, so yeah.
yeah. I'm surprised he didn't do any working in kind of worked in Europe a lot. You know, in the
Mm.
mid to late '60s and stuff. Did a lot of stuff there.
Oh, this would have been awesome if he played Conan's dad in Conan the Barbarian instead of William Smith. That would have been like, here's the riddle of steel, Conan. All that stuff. That would have been. I could see
Yeah,
him
that
as Conan's dad in Conan the Barbarian.
yeah, that would have been cool.
You must learn the secret of the riddle of steel, young Conan. Nothing in this world can you trust. Not men, not beasts. Yeah. No women. Just this. Just steel. This you can trust. I can see that.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I do. It's one of my favorites.
No, this the police detective. Now he appears in part two.
Yes, Vincent Gardenia. Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent Gardenia, and he has a pretty cool role. Not in that one. I don't want to spoiler or anything, but yeah,
Yeah.
you think it's going one way, and he kind of goes a different way without giving away. You know, in case you haven't seen it, but
Yeah, definitely. Although I'm sure most of the people here would have seen it, but yeah.
oh
No,
yeah,
Vincent Gardenia, definitely a good character actor. I think he was an Oscar nominated actor as well. I think he got a nomination, I think, for Bang the Drum Slowly with Robert De
Robert De
Niro
Niro.
and Michael Moriarty, I think.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
Michael Winner film, wasn't it?
was that a winner film? I do have that in my De Niro collection, but I don't think that was a winner film. I'll have to check on that, actually.
Let's see.
I've seen it once anyway, that film. Got it in my collection.
Oh no, it's directed by John Hancock.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
But
That's a good movie, though.
mhm. It's one I've only seen like once, and it's been a minute since I've seen it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I've only seen it seen it once. This scene here has a actor that appeared in Death Wish 5 as a different character, but here the guy with the I guess the flag on the back of his leather jacket, that's Saul Rubinek, who would be, of course, in Death Wish 5 as a different character. Of course, most famously, people will know him from True Romance or Unforgiven. He was the biographer in Unforgiven, following Little Bill around, and initially was following English Bob around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a early appearance by Saul Rubinek. Yeah.
He looks so much smaller in Unforgiven. You know, he looks taller here.
Yeah, but I guess he's paired up next to like Gene Hackman is a pretty tall guy, so yeah. Obviously, Clint is a really tall guy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this had to be in real life kind of frightening, riding the subway at like
Riding
two
the
o'clock in the
subway,
morning.
yeah, that especially in New York City, it's yeah, the city never
Oh yeah.
sleeps, always crowded and stuff. It's like yeah, midnight, yeah. Yeah, this is the part where Bronson already starts really getting into his vigilante persona. He's like kind of baiting the muggers, obviously carrying the bag of groceries and stuff with him. So
Hmm.
he knows what he's doing at this point. He's getting into it now.
Yeah, they already showed the scene where he was like paying for something. He was kind of showing his cash. I think that's when the two
Yeah,
guys followed him.
yeah. Did we see or is that scene still coming? I think that scene is still coming up, right? With, when he's sitting
I think,
in that diner or whatever it is. Yeah.
yeah, I think,
Anyway, here we go. Ooh. Yeah, that's Saul Rubinig against Bronson. Obviously, again, they would team up again, Death Wish 5. But, well, they would team up. They definitely don't team up in this one. I don't know if it's just me, but when he shoots these guys in the subway here, the music that kind of kicks in, like a little harmonica sting, it kind of reminds me of the harmonica sound from Once Upon a Time in the West, but that could be just me personally, but yeah,
might be a little tribute,
could be.
little subtle tribute too.
And he just escapes into the night. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of blends in with all the other people with suits and jackets
Yeah.
on, you know.
He doesn't stand out. That's a brilliant thing. He doesn't stand, he just blends into the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Assassination. That's again, I love pretty much all the canon ones myself.
Hmm.
Ramon says 5 of his favorite 70s vigilante flicks are Coffee. Oh, I love Coffee. Pam Grier. Can't go
Oh
wrong with
yeah.
that one. I would love to do a
Hmm.
watch party on that one day. Female Prisoner, Scorpion, Jailhouse 41, Rolling Thunder, yeah, Tommy Lee Jones.
Hmm.
Revolver, yeah, Eurocrime, gotta throw some Eurocrime in. And Joe, which isn't that one of the first canon films, Joe, with Peter Boyle? I think so, right?
Yeah, I believe
Very
so.
early canon film, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Before they were the canon of the 80s, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charles as a weatherman. Storm front coming in, big waves at the coast. Watch out. This guy, I want to point him out as well. Stephen Elliott as I think the police commissioner or mayor, whatever he is there, next to Gardenia. He was, of
Hmm.
course, in most famously for me, I always remember him from Beverly Hills Cop 1984. He's the guy who comes in and says, "Is this the man who wrecked the buffet at the Harrow Club this morning?" He's that guy. And he would go on to be in another Bronson film, which is Assassination, which was mentioned just a minute ago. But it's the banana and the tailpipe guy from
I'm gonna
Beverly Hills
fall for
Cop.
the banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana and tailpipe. Yeah, I love that bit. Yeah, he should have been nominated for. Yeah, harmonica. That's a great role. That's my favorite performance by him. He really does so much by saying so little, kind of doing little. So it's an amazing
Hmm.
physical performance by Bronson. It's all in the physicality and the eyes and the facial expression and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah. I think
visual
that's
download of
I think that
Assassination.
what I think that's what makes him such an enduring, you know, star. You know, it's just that he's got those little quiet little just his eyes, his body movements, and
Yeah, he said he conveys so much and he says so much without saying, with saying very, very little and stuff. It's
hmm
he's one of those guys, he just has that all-around presence about him. It's yeah,
yeah,
that's what makes Bronson Bronson. It's yeah, makes him unique.
yeah.
But, Vincent Gardenia, as a Eurocrime was mentioned earlier with Solima's Revolver. Of course, he appeared in another great Eurocrime as well, Vincent Gardenia. He was in The Big Racket with Fabio Tessi, which was who directed that again? Oh, I keep forgetting the
Oh,
fucking
Big
name now.
Racket. Oh man, was it Castellari? It wasn't Castellari, was it?
Yeah, it was
Enzo?
Castellari. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, it was Enzo. Yes, the great Enzo G. Castellari. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I couldn't think of what movie it was that he was in.
Yeah, no, it's The Big Racket, which is a personal favorite in the Eurocrime genre of mine. I really love that
Oh
film.
yeah,
That's got
yeah,
the
that's a
great,
good one.
rolling car scene, the car rolling down the hill. That was a great scene. Yeah.
Hmm.
I love that scene, Bronson putting on some jazz music and he repainted the apartment stuff. It's like all happy and jazzy, and the son-in-law's like, "What's going on? What's you're so happy all of a sudden. Would you like liver with your spaghetti?"
How do you want your
I
liver?
personally wouldn't.
I'll make it medium.
Oh, you like liver?
Eat your liver.
No, I personally wouldn't have liver with spaghetti myself, but that's just me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's happy because he's been doing the whole, he's been doing the vigilante therapy, program, which is really
Yeah,
good.
exactly. I recommend it. People, if you're going through trauma, just go become a vigilante. No, actually, don't. I'm not advocating this kind of behavior.
Yeah, he's got some trippy 70s wallpaper there. It's kind of like, ooh.
Yeah, very 70s, very trippy. Yeah. Oh, now the scene with the diner is coming up where he shows the money and stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah.
Here comes the pussy posse. One of the yeah.
The
Yeah,
pussy
there we
wagon.
go. The pussy wagon.
Hey, get in the pussy wagon.
Ooh, that's nasty. This girl just eating her own boogers. Ew.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gareth is out reenacting Death Wish right now in the streets of Wales. I think he's located in Western Supermare, which is yeah. If there's one aspect in this film that speaks one dimensionality in Death Wish, what would you pick, Jeff and Mike? Let you go first on that.
Let's see.
That's a good question.
One dimensional, like man, I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. You take that, and I'll figure it. I'll go from there.
Speaks one dimensionality in Death Wish, so I guess an aspect that doesn't really work, that doesn't really fleshed out that much. I think it's in that context, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Think.
Yeah, because there's a couple of things you could.
I'll think on that a bit. I'll think on that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to think about that for a minute.
In the meantime, we do have this awesome scene coming up here. Show me the wallet. You'll have to come get it.
I thought that was pretty good. I like how some of the characters, when they get shot, they kind of do this jump. They kind of jump up, jump on the ground a little bit, like boom.
And this is the most luckiest son of a bitch alive. He just walks away after a gunshot. Right? Yeah.
Like,
And he
shoot
gets
him in
shot
the
again.
ass.
He shoots him in the ass, right? Yeah.
You should.
I guess in the upper leg, I guess. Yeah. Close to the ass, anyway.
Well, if you take the knee out, he'll definitely fall. So
Yeah. And he still survived after 2 gunshots from Bronson. Luckiest SOB alive. Well, he's still alive anyway.
yeah, he's like, I was gonna rob somebody, and he shot me.
Yeah, the movie does have good cinematography. Like I said, I think it's the same guy that worked for the cinematography on Serpico, which also looked really, really cool, that film. So
It's got that real locations. And
yeah,
it's
again,
got
he
that-
just, I guess the people worked on this. They really knew how to capture New York in the 70s, which is why this is one of the
Yeah.
quintessential New York City set films in the 70s for me. Again,
Yeah.
along with French Connection you could throw in there as well. That was New York City as well, right? So yeah.
Yeah, and it still looks good. It doesn't look dated. Like the look, sometimes a look of certain decades in film doesn't, age very well. But
Yeah. Of course, yeah, I see Bronson shirtless again. Oh, look at those biceps. He's huge.
yeah, he's ripped.
Yeah.
No steroids here, kids.
Yeah, no, this is all natural for Bronson, yeah. This is a dude that, worked out since he was a kid. He worked in the coal mines and stuff. So this guy was born tough. This guy grew up tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a scene in part 2 where he's like chopping wood. He's just like boom, boom,
Yeah.
just swinging that axe.
He also does that in Magnificent Seven, where he's chopping that big, log of, wood around there and chopping.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
When they go look for him, you're Bernard O'Reilly? Maybe. They paid me $600 for that one. I love that film as well.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Thriller, a cool picture as a good revenge film from Sammy, but it's slow mode. Ooh, Thriller. Let me add that to a list because I've not heard that one. Again, I do like these sort of films, so let me see a
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah, that's definitely a good revenge flick.
It's not a cool
Thriller.
A cool picture.
Because you got the female person. She's got the eye patch and stuff. It's pretty badass.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing. Oh yeah, the poster. Oh, sold. Yeah, sold on that one. I'm definitely gonna add that to my watch list.
Yeah, I think there's a good 4K of it out there too.
I'm guessing this is where Tarantino got the inspiration for Daryl Hannah's character in Kill Bill with the eye patch.
Yeah, probably so.
Because I'm looking at that, and that reminds me of her and Kill Bill straight away. So. Oh yeah, now the people in New York City also follow the vigilantes' example. I love this old lady here. I fended him off with a hat pin. You ever seen a hat pin?
Yeah, there's a lot of floppy hats in this movie. He's all sitting back in his smoking jacket or his
yeah.
Like, do.
Hey, I'm inspiring people now. Look at me. Who said I wasn't a role model? Oh yeah, this guy, the typical New Yorker here. Oh yeah, the poor guy must have fell down or something. we might have roughed him up a little bit before the police arrived. Yeah. I love this guy here. He's only in this little scene, but he stands up because that fake New York act. Oh, the poor guy must have fell down. Yeah. No, I'm not a fan of liver. No, that's why I definitely wouldn't have it with my spaghetti.
No.
Club Paradise, terrific ensemble comedy. Would have loved to see Bronson. See, I don't know how Bronson would work in a comedy, though. I mean, obviously, there's a few scenes and stuff throughout some of his films where he does, kind of do a little joke or whatever. It's kind of like more dry humor and stuff like Clint. So I wouldn't really.
Yeah.
I don't think he would work in a straight up comedy, I guess.
No. Unless he was doing like a spoof and he was like spoofing his own character in movies or something, but yeah.
Oh yeah, could you imagine Bronson on Saturday Night Live or something, like doing a Death Wish skit on SNL? That would be. I would pay to see that. I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably would have been good as a guest on SNL.
Yeah, he would be 10 times better than Steven Seagal, I think. I mean, that's that's not a short or tall task, but
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Most famously, Steven Seagal has been named the worst host of SNL. So yeah,
yeah,
he definitely would have been better than him.
Yeah.
I know the police are starting to figure it out. Like, oh, we're looking for combat vets, people that have had their family or members of the family hurt by muggers or whatever. Now he's kind of starting to, you know, kind of make a list and stuff. It's the police procedural's kicking in.
Mm-hmm. That's a cramped little area there.
Yeah, that's yeah. It's a big Adderall right there in a small apartment, or well, not really a small apartment. It's quite sizable, but it's stuffed with people in there. Yeah, no, that's why. Yeah, Daryl Hannah played Al Driver and then Kill Bill. Yeah, that's who I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Should Quentin call you to be in? Well, my phone is always open for Quentin, so yeah, definitely. It's very doubtful that he's going to call me, but my phone line is always open to Mr. Tarantino. Yeah.
Yeah, if he wants to call me, or that's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I love how one of the cops at the end is from Spinal Tap. Okay, I did not know that.
Oh yeah, I just got Spinal Tap the other day. The 4K just came out.
Oh, okay.
It's got Bruno Kirby as a limo driver. We was talking about Bruno Kirby earlier.
Yeah. Ramon also said not just Thriller, a cruel picture, but also Switchblade Sisters inspired you. I have Switchblade Sister on the Arrow Video Blu-ray. I've seen that. Yeah, that's again. I do remember also
Oh yeah,
capturing
that's
eye
right.
patch in that as well. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
I do have that film. I gotta watch that again. I've only seen that once as well. I think I'll give that a rewatch. But
Yeah, there's a cop here that's talking to Vincent Gardenia. Now he was
yeah,
in
with the big bushy stash. Yeah, mustache.
yeah, he was in an Adam Sandler movie.
Mm.
God, what was it? Was it Billy Madison or one of those? Where
He
he's an old man.
He definitely has a recognizable face. Yeah.
Maybe it was Big Daddy. I think maybe it was Big Daddy.
Mm.
He's one of those character actors that's got a face. You just can't think of his name.
Yeah, he's definitely got one of them faces. Oh, Dr. Impossible is clarifying. One dimensionality aspect for me was Kersey becoming as bad as the crooks he kills. Okay, yeah. He's starting to enjoy his vigilantism. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the what do you call it? Not a dilemma, but the duality. You know, the duality of justice, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries, Dr. Impossible. And it isn't being criticized by Winner, and the film takes itself much too seriously. You really get the impression that Winner is really behind the ideas, because in the film, the ideas behind the film, I guess. Yeah. Then Adam Sandler won Charles Bronson and Billy Madison, or rather just, I know he was up for City Slickers and he turned that down. Jack Palance got it, obviously, but don't know about Billy Madison, to be fair.
I'm not sure about that one now.
Yeah. I do love this bit when Vincent Gardenia is obviously searching the apartment. He finds the magazine with him on the cover, and he's like, look at me. Looking pretty good there when he holds that the magazine cover up in a bit here. That's one of the moments that always got a chuckle out of me.
Yeah, he's always, I think in part 2 he shows up in what's her face's apartment.
Jill Ireland's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, here's that bit. He finds that magazine there with him on the cover. I just love his expression and his reaction here when he picks that magazine up. It's like, look at that. That's me. Looks pretty good. Yeah.
Not too bad.
That always got a chuckle out of me. I love that bit.
Yeah.
Winner certainly sees no obligation to question it one bit, but to Paramount, it's bums in the seat. It's actually interesting, but Dino De Laurentiis, of course, the producer for this film, he actually originally didn't want the title Death Wish, because he was like, no, Death Wish, it has the word death in the title, it's box office poison. and they kind of had to
Mm-hmm.
convince him, like, no, Dino, actually, I think it would, it would attract people. And I think Dino De Laurentiis said, well, I guess we kind of hit it, we kind of got lucky there because the title Death Wish, it also attracted like people who were into horror films and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
they got more
Yeah.
audience because of that title Death Wish. And had they gone with a different title, I think the alternate title that was proposed was the Sidewalk Vigilante. Now, could you imagine if this film was called The Sidewalk Vigilante? You would have The Sidewalk
Yeah.
Vigilante 2, The Sidewalk Vigilante 3. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, Death Wish 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, that works much better as a
Yeah.
title, as a brand. So, yeah.
Yeah, especially in the States, the death in the title sells tickets.
Yeah. But Dino De Laurentiis was convinced that it wouldn't, but he was obviously proved very wrong because this film spawned 4 sequels. So, and
Mm-hmm.
Bronson would do other films with death in the title, obviously Death Hunt, Messenger of Death. So, Death Wish 5, The Face of Death, it even has it in there twice. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Bronson was offered the role of Adam Sandler's father in. There you go. Andy's confirmed. Thank you, Andy. From Billy Madison, turned it down. The part ultimately went to Darren McGavin. Okay, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
wow,
I
Bronson
think.
turned down City Slickers and Billy Madison. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I could see him in City Slickers, but maybe not in uh, Billy Madison.
Yeah. 95. That would have been the year that just a year after Death Wish 5, which yeah, maybe it's
It's possible.
yeah. Very stupid of the detective to smoke a cigar in the guy's apartment while searching it illegally, alerting him to. Yeah, although it's the 70s, everybody smoked. So if Paul Kersey had a guest over, they would probably just smoke indoors and stuff. So it's different times. I don't think the cigar smoke would have lingered too much among like the other smoke that would probably be in that house. Cigarette smoke and stuff. So
Yeah.
tobacco was consumed much more in the 70s than it is nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Scare them off. Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
now we're at the
wonder.
part of the film where it's kind of like this cat and mouse chase, or a game of cat and mouse between Bronson and Vincent Gardenia.
Yeah. You almost think when they were making this movie, if they knew it was going to be a hit, and they were kind of writing these characters like him in it, would appear in the next one. But there was some time went by before the second one came out, though.
Yeah, 74, and the sequel was 82, so that's what, about 7 years, 6, 7 years?
Yeah. I was surprised it took so long,
Yeah,
But I
considering
think
this
it
was
got
a
a lot
big
of
hit.
backlash. Yeah, it
Yeah.
got a lot of backlash, and then, but I think Canon was the perfect company to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They definitely upped the sleaze factor and stuff for a sequel, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do always remember that story. I think it's in the Electric Boogaloo documentary, where obviously it's a canon documentary. Where I
Mm-hmm.
think the writer on Death Wish 2 says that when Menachem Golan, one of the studio heads, came up to him and was like, "We got the rights to the greatest franchise of the 1970s. We're gonna do a great second film to a great sequel." And he was like, "What are we gonna do? Godfather 3, Menachem? No, better. Death Wish 2." Yeah. It's like, well, I wouldn't really say Death Wish is better than The Godfather, but if you say so, Menachem, if you say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. He was thinking outside the box a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I do love this film, to be fair, but yeah, Death Wish 2 is always gonna be the one that I prefer the most, but
Yeah, it's definitely a crowd pleaser.
Look at Bronson, this awesome green turtleneck. That's yeah.
Yeah, personally, I'm not a fan of turtlenecks, but yeah, he
I'm
wears
not
it.
either, but Bronson looks cool in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he wears it well. There's some crazy wallpaper.
Yeah, it's definitely the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah, you still see traces of everything, the spray paint on the wall
Hmm.
outside of the apartment.
I wonder if he keeps that there on purpose as just a little visual reminder, like why he's doing what he's doing. Maybe it's like, ooh, oh yeah, yeah, that's why I'm doing this shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love. I would say the cat and mouse play between him and the detective, Vincent Gardini. I think it's done a little bit better in this one than it is in Death Wish 2. Obviously, they do try to do that again within Death Wish 2, but I
Hmm.
think the cat and mouse thing works a bit better in this one. It's still kind of fresh in this one.
Yeah, yeah. They almost do this whole part, where
Yeah,
he's
pretty
sneaking
pretty
out
much
the
all over again in the second one, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he sneaks out the back door and stuff, but
So there you go,
but they
guys.
were
I
kind
found one element that works better in this one than it does in the sequel, but yeah.
yeah.
What's this, a costume party? Hey, look at these people all partying. I got people to kill. Let's see, Dr. Impossible saying first outing for the character of Paul Kersey. Both actor and director hit a fine balance of restraint, keeping any glorification of vigilantism to a minimum. And yet, look at what happened after. Yeah, they would definitely glorify a bit more and more with the sequels for sure. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the movie still got a lot of flack, and stuff in it, but
yeah,
from the
for,
public
for
and
promoting
critics and stuff.
vigilantism and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice funky jazzy music track playing in this scene. We haven't even mentioned the music score. That's of course Herbie Hancock who did the music for this film. It's kind of very
Hmm.
70s, very jazzy, funky and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And then part two's got Jimmy Page doing the
Jimmy
soundtrack,
Page.
and there's
Again, for
some.
me, that's an improvement. I do love the soundtrack in this one, but I do prefer the Jimmy Page music for the sequel.
Hmm. Yeah, the sequel's got some pretty. He does some kind of like some like sound effects and stuff in it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, the Jimmy Page stuff from Death Wish 2, that's some of the tracks I will listen to outside the film. I've never actually listened to the soundtrack for Death Wish for the first one outside of the film, but I
Hmm.
have done so for the sequel. So
Yeah, I think the sequel could. I don't know. You could say it's a better soundtrack, but not quite. Not there's nothing wrong with this soundtrack, but maybe it sticks out to where, like you said, you want to listen to it
yeah,
on its own.
Dave is doing some chicken wings with a few beers. Oh yeah, definitely. That's the proper meal for this kind of film. Absolutely.
Hmm.
Vigilante billboards. There you go. He's everywhere. Death Wish series would go on to court controversy over its depiction of a man dealing out one death. Yeah, death and destruction, and his exploits would make him seem less sympathetic and relatable. Yeah, he really enjoys it by the third one. He's like when he's improvising those little traps in the house, and what are those teeth? With the biggest grin. I always remember that scene where Bronson's really enjoying it now. Yeah. Let's go to that scene where, yeah, as an example of Bronson really enjoying it. Paul Kersey enjoying
Yeah.
it, I should say. Yeah. For Ramon Free, the best revenge films ever made are Chan Wook Park's, hope I pronounced that correctly, Vengeance trilogy, especially the first two, because these movies question the justification of the revenge concept. I've heard of those, but I haven't seen them.
Yeah, I've heard him too. I haven't seen him.
There we go. Here's the final mugging scene. That's a cool final show, though. Bronson in the middle of the steps, guy behind him, guys below, obviously below him. Show us the money, honey. There we go. Boom. There are parallels with this and The Exorcist to me in terms of the detective subplot. Father Karras as the quiet, sad loner with a tragic story whose anger fuels his actions in the gritty urban locale. Except, yeah, Exorcist was what Seattle, Washington, whatever it was, or no,
I think it was
Georgia
in
wasn't.
or Boston. I think it was.
Oh, yeah, it could be that as well. It's been a
Well,
while
that
since I've seen The Exorcist, to be honest. So, yeah.
well, if you notice that when he was taking the back way out of his apartment, that staircase is reminiscent of The Exorcist. That staircase
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that the priest falls down.
yeah.
Because of that good 70s blood.
Yeah, some of the good old, yeah. Just like Clint had in Dirty Harry when he was shot in the leg at the beginning of the film as well. Hey, fill your hand. Run 1991. Let me see. That doesn't ring a bell to me.
Yeah, I'm aware of that one, but I've never seen it.
Run. Patrick Dempsey, Kelly Preston. Does look interesting, actually. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Feel your hand. Draw.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Exorcist was filmed in like outside of Washington D.C.
Okay.
Georgetown. I think somebody.
Georgetown. Yeah, I said
Yeah.
Georgia. I think. Yeah, Georgetown. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ian in the comments there put that.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks, Ian. Yeah. Georgetown, Washington. There you go.
Very very similar looking kind of city look.
Bronson, Captain Roberts. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen Old Boy actually. I didn't know that was part of like a trilogy there, but yeah. I have seen Old Boy. One of the few Korean films that I've seen actually.
Yeah, that one was remade with gosh, what was his name? He was damn, what was his name? I can't think of it. I think Spike Lee actually remade it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, Josh Brolin. And Dr. Impossible goes on to say the original Death Wish is a thinking man's crash course. There's much going on in front of the camera as well as behind. God bless Shorty Arms. Winner, yeah. This is when Winner definitely still gave a shit at this point, because obviously when you get to Death Wish 3, it's like kind of looks uninspired with some of the shots and some of the angles that he chooses. It's like, yeah. by this one he was definitely still giving an effort.
Yeah, there's Christopher Guest in a small role.
Mm.
He was in Spinal Tap also as
Yeah.
Nigel Tufnell. It goes
I
to
think he's the one that
11.
Dave. He's the one that Dave mentioned earlier. Yeah, that's him.
This one goes to 11.
Okay, now they've caught the vigilante, so let's prepare for the court procedural stuff that's going to kick in. Now it's going to turn into a courtroom. Oh no, wait, it's not, is it? Yeah. Any other film, this would turn into a courtroom drama now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Not Death Wish. We got to set up a sequel. We got to let him go because the crime rate statistics are down. Again, it does play into the really the revenge fantasy. It's like, oh, you can go out on the street, take revenge, make the crime rate go down, and then the police actually lets you go. It's like it's really it's definitely revenge fantasy. This
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's like, wouldn't it be cool if this happened? Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's, legal red tape and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, if you were on the police force, it'd be different.
We're gonna throw this gun in the river, Mr. Kersey. Obviously, the gun is unloaded, but he still has his finger on the trigger. It's like,
Looks like he almost has it in his nose. Almost, it's so close.
oh, Christopher Guest is the husband of Jamie Lee Curtis. I did not know that. That's a cool bit of trivia. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lucky man.
Definitely.
I think he's been married to her since like the 80s, I think.
Ooh, so he's had her in her prime. Nice.
Yep.
Inspector, by sundown. See you in the sequel, Mr. Kersey. Spoilers.
See you in 7 years.
Yeah. Where miraculously both of them look younger than they do in this film.
Yeah.
Catching a train at the Chicago station. Yeah, we're gonna go to. Yeah, that's a good point because this film ends in Chicago. He's gonna obviously. It's like a little title card comes that says, "Oh, now we're in Chicago." And he's arriving at the station there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe originally Death Wish 2, if there was a sequel, this would have taken place in Chicago, which would have also been interesting as a setting for a Death Wish film.
Mm-hmm.
But no, sadly, we only got, New York, Los Angeles, New York, Los Angeles, and then back to New York for the fifth one again. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although, to be fair, Death Wish 3 was England for New York, and Death Wish 5 was Canada for New York, but still.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There we go. Excuse me a minute. There's something that needs my attention. Gotta give this a close-up. Obviously, it's the big, the finale.
Yeah, it's iconic little.
There we go. Implying that he's going to keep doing what he loves doing right here in Chicago. But yeah, no, the sequel, obviously, it picks up in Los Angeles again. So
yeah. But does it say, like, I don't remember in part 2 if did he do any
yeah, I think it's mentioned in Chicago. There's a bit of dialogue, I think, in Death Wish 2 where they say, oh yeah, he was in Chicago for a while, he did such and such, and then he was transferred again to Los Angeles. Yeah.
I don't know if he went out.
I forgot the credits are very short for this as well. It's already over.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's it was preferred a little bit in Death Wish 2, but Anyway, another great revenge action flick is Johnny Toe's Vengeance. Lower volume now. 2009 starring Johnny Halliday. Jeff. Oh, from The Specialist, the Sergio Corbucci film, The Specialist. That Johnny Halliday. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
It's basically The Killer meets Memento meets Death Wish. That does sound like a good combination there. So yeah,
Oh,
give
yeah.
that a give that a look.
Yeah, Johnny Holiday was huge in France or in Europe actually. He had a huge. There was a good documentary I saw about him
Hmm.
on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of like a French Elvis, wasn't he? He was like a
Hmm.
rock star kind. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Kind of says going to rewatch Death Wish on Sunday. Awesome. Yeah, it's always a good time for Death Wish or any of the Death Wish sequels.
Hmm.
And Ramon goes on to say that film is about a father who takes revenge on the attackers of his daughter, but he suffers some kind of amnesia, so he slowly forgets why he's taking revenge. That does sound very, very, very interesting.
Oh
Very
yeah,
cool
yeah,
concept for a film. Yeah.
yeah. I'll have to look that one up.
Doctor Impossible said I watched The Mechanic 2 months ago, a film that still holds up particularly well, especially the ending. Yeah, The Mechanic I rewatched recently as well. I was actually thinking of throwing that in the pile for this month, for Bronson month, and I might actually still end up doing it at some point. But yeah, The Mechanic
Mm.
is really good as well. Again, Michael Winner and Bronson, and Jan Michael Vincent. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we've reached the end of the comments. We've reached definitely the end of the film. So I guess we are going to be wrapping up. It's almost 1 a.m. for me, so it's definitely about time to wrap up on this one. But
Yeah, yeah.
no, I do want to already start thanking a lot of people in the chat. Obviously, we had Ramon here, Doctor Impossible, Kenneth, Dave, Savoy84, Ian Grant, Stacy, Acres of Movies. Josh was here from Armchair Movies. Yeah, Dave Savoy mentioned. Andy Phillips, of course, the great Andy Phillips. Gareth was here earlier as well. Mike Barrett, Michael Myers, and yeah, I
Mm.
guess that is about everyone. Oh, Mr. Dan Hoare, there he is. Okay,
Yeah.
now it allows me to scroll
Ramon.
back. Ramon, yeah. At least now it's allowing me to scroll back a bit so I can see everyone. It doesn't usually do that.
Yeah, it had pretty good turnout.
Yeah, I think that about covers it for everyone. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and a huge thanks to Mike for appearing with me or appearing together with me on this stream for Death Wish. It was an awesome time as usual. It usually is when me and Mike do something together. There we go. Let's have the regular layout again.
Hmm.
You know, it's always a good time watching watching a film with you, and it's always definitely a good time watching a Bronson film. So yeah, thanks once again for joining, Mike.
Oh yeah, anytime, man. Love Bronson.
Yeah, can't go wrong with some good old Charlie B.
Yeah.
That's you know, just a little bit of Charles Bronson. It's like, yeah, that's yeah. A Bronson film a day keeps the doctor away, I guess.
Hmm. It definitely helps.
Yeah, good night, Mike Barrett. Good night, Gareth. Good night, Ramon. Yeah, thank you all for joining us. Yeah, thank you, Andy. Yes, that's a good point. The next Bronson watch along is this upcoming Monday, which it's going to be 1967's big ensemble Man on a Mission film, The Dirty Dozen, with Matt Buckwell 316. He's going to be joining me for that one. So that one's going to start at 8 a.m. UK time, I think, and 9 p.m. for me. Or did I say AM? Obviously PM. 8 p.m. UK time and 9 p.m. for me. And I guess that's about 2 hours earlier than this one. So that would be about 2 or 3 p.m. for you, Mike.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be The Dirty Dozen. Obviously, you have to start a bit earlier on that one because it's a 2.5 hour film. So, but it's going to be
Yeah.
definitely a good one. Obviously, all the great talent in that film. Obviously, Lee Marvin,
Hmm.
Telly Savalas in that one. So many great Ernest Borgnine, so many great people in that film. So
Yeah.
it's coming up this upcoming Monday on right here on the same Bronson channel, different Bronson time, but than this one.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, Dirty Dozen or Great Escape might have been the first Bronson movie I've seen. It may have
ooh,
been
yeah,
Dirty Dozen.
Dirty Dozen, yeah, both are classics. Dirty Dozen is definitely definitely up there.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
love that one.
we are we are gonna let everyone go about their day. Obviously, for Mike, it's still early. Well, relatively early.
Yeah, it's about 7 p.m. here.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, compared to me, you still have a little bit of the evening left. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're gonna have a little outro, and thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on Monday for the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah. Later, guys. Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for being there. Anyway, take care, all. Goodbye, and have a good one.
Goodbye.